Good morning, it's Wednesday and it's 5:20 a.m. and I should be tucked up in bed. Just checking the sensors last night before I went to bed at the brewery, the temperatures of the tanks, etc., making sure everything looked okay, and the cold room's wrong. It was 16 degrees, it was only 14 degrees outside, so I either caught it just at the very wrong moment when it was just starting to cool, but I suspect we've got a problem. I noticed a lot of condensation forming in the trough. It looked like condensation when I first switched it back on again the other day after the winter. It's not been on because we didn't need it on. Ambient was cold enough. There was a lot of condensation in the tray, so I think it's not condensation. I think what's happened is we've got a little pinhole leak in that radiator, and what's happened now is the glycol bath, the ice bank level in the Vision cooler has dropped below the level that's possible for it to pump, so we're not getting any glycol through the cold rooms, I think, is my guess. I mean, we've got plenty of remote monitoring, as you know, but I can't check the level in that tank without physically going, hence why I'm going to be there at about 5:30. We're just into Middlewich now, so we should be there in a minute, and I'll try and give you a little peep at what's going on. Then I can get back to work, because I've got a busy day today with the real job. I really need to be back for about 8:30. Like I say, it's 5:30 just about now, so we've got a couple of hours to rectify it. I do have a spare radiator in stock. The fans are running because I can hear them on the cameras, so let's see when we get there. I forgot how tidy it was in here now. Lovely. Right, let's have a little nosy. What's going on? So this was full to the top element, and we are, that's not good. Yeah, the water level was to the top of that, well, here. We are 1, 2, 3, 4 bars down. These are all okay. The tanks are still running okay. 19 degrees, 19 degrees. Big tank is 19 degrees. So the beer is safe. Or the wort. Is it beer yet? I guess it is. Let's take a look. Turn this fan off. Yeah, I turned the temperature up to stop the pump, actually, but we're currently at 14 degrees, so that's kind of all right. I'm happy with that. It's not like a ridiculous temperature. Still moderately cellar temperature, but it definitely is warmer than it should be. Right, we've just topped the water level back up to where it should be, so it's above. Well, you can see the level probably. It's basically where you see the metal cooling element thing. It's above that now. So if we now turn the cooling back on, put it on 10 degrees. It's now running, and let's have a look what we've got. Yeah, I can see it down there. Yeah, we've got a hole. Yeah, it's running out the back. Yeah, it's running out of the back there. That's not condensation that quickly. Right, we've got a little hole. I'm wondering whether that's burst in the frost in the winter, because it's the first time we've had it on. So I'll say that again because it's a bit noisy in there. Let me back off. So that little drip there is not condensation because I've only just turned it on. So we've definitely got a hole. I've got a spare radiator at the top, so I will get that out and we'll reassemble a new one. We'd lost about 12 litres altogether. And the annoying thing is, I just put the glycol in. So it's just gone down the grid, down that overflow pipe and into the trough on the floor. Don't. So what's good about this is I was running out of ideas for video content. There we go, voila, we've got a video. Let's first off, let's put the screws out. Right, here she is. So the drip's around here somewhere, and if you look where I'm out of these fans, and they kept failing, so I was pulling them in and pushing them out, I think. And I was only using these plastic zips, but I must have nicked one of the pipes somewhere, just enough for it to become a weak point, and when it's frozen, it's burst, I suspect. So, we will very carefully disassemble this wood. There's the spare one. Just lucky I bought two, really. And we shall reassemble exactly the same way. Right, we are done. I didn't film it all. I just disassembled this wooden frame, put the new radiator in, reattached the fans. Got one redundant fan ready for when this one breaks, because it will, and we can just switch over on that terminal block and get a replacement together. These were dead easy, just like those hose pipe adapters you use on your taps sometimes. So they're all attached. Replaced the little overflow tube, which we never use, but there's a hole into the radiator, so it needs to be sealed. Reattached the gutter, shortened the gutter a little bit as well, actually, it was too long. And there's now a fall to it, as you might be able to see, because it was filling up a little bit. This thing goes off. Used to go into a bucket, but with all that condensation, that wasn't condensation. The other day, I extended it into the trough in the corner. You can see the little white pipe going in behind the coiled up hose, just that little white thing sticking out. So that's done. I've currently got it set to 10 degrees, and it's got to 10 really quickly. The sensor's just here, out of the direct blast of the fans, should be. So I'm just going to try and cool that a little bit more, I think. Because the door's open, it's just going up now to 11. I think the outside temperature's increased a little bit now. It's probably outside temperature, actually. So I'm going to try some little experiments, see if I can get it any colder, really. Thinking about when we get the kegs in there for bottling, the colder the better. Right, the time is currently, I don't even think it's 7 yet. Oh, there we go. 7:02. Home in time for breakfast. So there's a little interlude, like you'll see on some of your other favourite brewery channels. We're down the canal, but this time we've brought Layla, who's settling in. She's still a bit twitchy, but when we're out, My goodness me, she loves it. Just doesn't like cars very much. But I suppose being a street dog in Romania, probably at some point, you learn to be very afraid of cars. But down here, she's loving it. Sniffing, following rabbit trails or something. Out with her mate Eddie. Completely untrained, won't heel, won't sit, won't recall. So she's stuck on her lead for the foreseeable future, but we're okay with that. We'd rather keep her safe. Anyway, back to the brewery. And we are back, except now it's the other end of the day. It's about 6 o'clock, 6:15. Just going to get set up, ready for Saturday's brew, because I don't want to have to come in tomorrow or Friday if I can avoid it. So we'll get the tank sorted. Just checking the temps in all of the tanks, and making sure that Vision cooler is not playing up. So 19 degrees for the big tank of Lockie. We've got the Murgy in this one, the cross stout in this one. We're at 8.6 on the Murgy, which is good. That's coming down to 4. And we're just maintaining 19 on the stout currently. The most important one, of course, is the cold rooms. Currently sitting at 10 degrees. I'm not driving that one too hard. I've set it at 9. Once the Murgy's down to 4, then we'll have a bit more cooling capability, cooling capacity from this unit, because obviously it's trying to cool both things at the moment. Once that's down to 4, we can use all the cold in that to see how low we can drive that cold room. I'm hoping we can get it to 4 or 5 degrees if we need to. And the reason for that is when we start kegging, I really want it cold. I could use this spare maxi chiller down here as an option, but it'd be nice just to take them out the cold room and bottle them. Okay, other stuff going on. I've got 3 deliveries to do, and we'll get that beer dropped off. The last delivery is going to be the King's Lock, where I've got a little bit of news to share. Deliveries are completed. I am sat in the beer garden of the King's Lock in Middlewich, where on Sunday, exactly 12 months since we served the first pint, or tasted the first pint of Murgy Straight. A race back from Las Vegas. Jack and I got the cask on, pulled the first one, and it worked. Fortunately, it worked. And here we are, 20,000 pints later, and we've not gone bust yet. We haven't made a lot of money, but we haven't gone bust, and we're still making rather decent beer, I would say. But then I'm biased. So on Sunday, probably early evening, I'm going to come down. And we're going to have a few beers to celebrate. Not a boozy do, because we've got work in the morning. Well, I have. We're going to have a few beers to commemorate the 1-year anniversary of this ridiculous idea that I had. With friends, and that includes you guys. If you're in the area, please come on down, have a beer with us, and we'll sing happy birthday or something. I'll see you then. Cheers.